Here the given system is x plus 2y is equal to 5, y plus 2z is equal to 8, 2x plus z is equal to 5. Okay, now see here I told you first you have to write x below x, y below y, and z below z, so that you can form the matrix properly. Okay, so you write this system as x plus 2y. Since there is no z, you just write a 0 into z is equal to 5. And in the second equation, you don't have any x, so you simply write 0 into x. And you don't have, you have a y, so you write 1 into y plus 2z is equal to 8. And third one, you have 2x, you don't have a y, so you write 0 into y plus z is equal to 5. Okay, so this system has been rewritten in a proper manner. Now we shall form the matrices. Okay, I say let A is equal to the matrix formed by the coefficients 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 0, 1. This is a matrix formed by the coefficients of x, y, and z. Since there are three unknowns, we form the matrix X as column matrix with x, y, and z. And we form the matrix B as 5, 8, 5. That is the right hand side of the equations. Okay. Therefore, the system can be written as Ax is equal to B, where x is equal to A inverse B. So we proceed to find out A inverse first. So here, determinant of A is equal to this is 0. Okay. You calculate this determinant in the usual manner, you will get 9, which is not equal to 0. Therefore, A is non-singular. That means A inverse exists. So in order to find out A inverse, now we'll proceed to find out the adjoint of it. The adjoint of A in this case will look something like this. Inverse exists. Okay, one more thing which I have to write here is that that A not equal to 0, not A is non-singular. We are actually calculating the solution. So that means A has a unique solution. The system, not A. The system has a unique solution. So now we shall form the adjoint. Just check with the matrix, okay? all this transpose. So this is the adjoint that we are getting. So therefore, what should be A inverse? 1 by determinant of value of A into the adjoint of A. And how much have we got the determinant value? We had got it above as 9. So this is our A inverse. And what was the solution to the matrix equations? X is equal to A inverse B, right? Put the values. A inverse is and the matrix B here is matrix B that we have formed here was 5 column matrix 5, 8, and 5. Now you multiply everything. How do you multiply? First row into first column. 1 into 5 plus minus 2 into 8 plus 4 into 5. Next, second row, first column. Next, third row, first column. You simplify this, you will get 9, 18, 27. Now you multiply the scalar 1 by 9 with all the elements of the matrix, you will get 1, 2, 3. So therefore, what is the solution of this equation? The system solution is x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, and z is equal to 3. That's it. Any question?
No, sir.
Moving on to the next problem, which is also a similar problem, but there's a small twist in the problem. Okay. Question here is find the product A and B. That is, find the product of A and B. That is, you have to find out AB or BA. Anyway, whether you either you find out AB or you can find out BA also, no problem. And next is use it to solve the system of equations. And the system, 3 systems are given here. what does the system look like? 2 by x, 3 by y, okay, plus 4 by z. And your second equation 5 by x, 4 by y, minus 6 by z. Third equation 3 by x, minus 2 by y, minus 2 by z is equal to 6. These are the three equations here. Okay. So first let us find out the product AB. So here AB is equal to, multiply these two, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, minus 6, 3, minus 2, minus 2. B here is 20 to 34, 8, 16, minus 32, 22, minus 13, 7, which is equal to, multiply all this, 2 into 20, plus, check the multiplication, I'm doing the multiplication from the beginning, plus 4 into 22, first row, first column. Okay. Next, first row, second column. So 2 into 2, plus 3 into 16, plus 4 into minus 13. Next, first row, third column, 2 into 34, plus 3 into minus 32, plus 4 into 7. Next, second row, first column, 5 into 20, plus 4 into 8, plus minus 6 into 22. Second row, second column, 5 into 2, 4 into 16, minus 6 into minus 32. Second row, third column, 5 into 34, plus 4 into minus 32, plus minus 6 into 7. Third row, first column, 3 into 20, plus minus 2 into 8, plus minus 2 into 22. Third row, second column, 3 into 2, plus minus 2 into 16, plus minus 2 into 7. Finally, third row, third column, 3 into 34, plus minus 2 into minus 32, plus minus 2 into 7. Okay, so this is what AB is. Therefore, what is AB? You multiply everything, you will find the first one, you'll get 152. This one you'll get 0, and this one you'll get 0. 0, again here you will get 152, here you will get 0. 0, 0, and here you will get 152. So if you take out the scalar 152, you'll only be left with the identity matrix. So what do you see? This is equal to 152i, right? So what have we shown? So therefore, product AB is equal to 152 times I, right? Now question is, we want to find out if you see the coefficients of the matrix equation that are given. What are the coefficients here? If you see, the coefficients here are 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, minus 6. See here, do we have it here? Yes, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, minus 6. And finally, you also have 3, minus 2, 2. Look at the third row. Yes, we have 3, minus 2, minus 2. Okay, so this is what our, in fact, the matrix that we are going to form A later on to solve the equations, that will simply be um, the matrix A that they have given here. Okay, this will be our matrix A. So we need to find out the inverse of this matrix A, this matrix. Okay. So how to find out the inverse? Now see, I have already shown that AB is equal to 152i. You can always proceed by finding out the determinant and then adjoint and then finding out the inverse. But this relation that we have got, AB is equal to 152i, by multiplying these two matrices, this will make our task a little easier. Okay, how should it make it easier? It will be easier for us to find out A inverse. Okay, so first of all, let us see whether A inverse exists or not. So call this 1. So first we'll find out the determinant value of A. Determinant value of A here is, from the determinant, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 minus 6, 3 minus 2 minus 2. This determinant we are finding not to find out the inverse. We are finding this to find out, to check whether A inverse exists or not. Okay. You find the value of this determinant to be minus 152, which is not equal to 0. Okay. So determinant value of A is 152, minus 152. Okay. So that means A inverse, A is non-singular. That means A inverse exists. So from 1, now we start from 1. Instead of finding out the adjoint, we'll find out A inverse from this relation. AB is equal to 152i. Okay. Now since A inverse exists, we'll pre-multiply both sides by A inverse. Pre-multiplying both sides by A inverse. Next, we'll take A inverse and A together, and this B we'll keep separate. And here 152 scalar we are going to take out, and we are going to write this as A inverse I. Reason is matrix multiplication is associative. Okay. Next, A inverse A, you know, is identity matrix. IB is equal to 152. A inverse I is simply A inverse. Why? Because A inverse A must be equal to I, and A inverse I is equal to A inverse. Any matrix multiplied by the identity will give you back the matrix, right? Similarly here IB, if I'm multiplying identity matrix with B, it will give me back the matrix B is equal to 152 A inverse, since IB is equal to B. That means A inverse is equal to 1 by 152 times B. Okay, so that means A inverse is 1 by 152 times the matrix B. What was the matrix B here above given to us? The matrix B given to us was 20, 2, 34, 8, 16, minus 32, 22, minus 13, 7. So without even finding out the adjoint, we have managed to find out the value of A inverse, right? Now, once we have found out A inverse, now we shall proceed to solve the system of equations. Let's write the given system here is the given system here is 2 by x plus 3 by y plus 4 by z is equal to minus 3. 5 by x plus 4 by y minus 6 by z is equal to 4. 3 by x minus 2 by y minus 2 by z is equal to 6. Okay, this is the given system. Since you have 1 by x everywhere, if I say let u is equal to 1 by x, v is equal to 1 by y, and w is equal to 1 by z, therefore, what do you have? 2u plus 3v plus 4w is equal to minus 3. 5u plus 4v minus 6w is equal to 4. And you have 3u minus 2v minus 2w is equal to 6. Okay. So now once we have got this system in u and v, because it was all in x was in the denominator, we converted it to u and v. Now what was our matrix A? 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, minus 6, 3, minus 2, minus 2. This was a matrix A whose inverse we have already found out, right? What was the inverse we have found out here? This. We have already found out this inverse. Okay. Now we form the matrix X as U, V, and W, the unknowns. And B matrix as minus 3, 4, 6. So therefore, the given system can be written as AX is equal to B, whose solution is X is equal to A inverse B. Now put the values here. What is the value of X? It is UVW. A inverse. How much have we got A inverse? 1 by 52 times this matrix. So put it here. 1 by 152 times the matrix B. 20, 2, 34, 8, 16, minus 32, 22, minus 13, 7. It is A inverse into B. B here is minus 3, 4, 6. Now you multiply everything. 1 by 152. First row, first column. 20 into minus 3. Plus 2 into 4. Plus 34 into 6. Next, second row, first column. 8 into minus 3. Plus 16 into 4. Plus minus 32 into 4. 22 into minus 3. Plus minus 13 into minus 3. Plus 7 into 6. So you get this as 1 by 152 times. You simplify this, you will get 152 here. You'll get minus 152 here. And you'll get minus 76 here. So now if you multiply everything with minus 1 by 152, you'll get this as 1. You'll get this as minus 1. And you'll get this as minus half. So therefore, what are you getting? Hence, Therefore, u is equal to 1 you are getting, v is equal to -1 you are getting, and w is equal to -1/2 you are getting. Now what was u? U was 1 by x, v was 1 by y, and w was 1 by z. Okay, so that means you get x is equal to 1, y is equal to -1, and you get z is equal to -2. And that's your answer. Is this clear? No problem?
Yes, sir. Oh, sir. Very lengthy.
Little lengthy, but the only thing is that the only difference in the other sums and this here was that we are finding A inverse by this relation. AB is equal to 152i. Instead of finding out the adjoint, we are finding out the A inverse with the help of this relation. That was something that, that is why they told you in the beginning, find the product of these two matrices. We got 152i, so that we could use the product. We'll move on to the next problem, which is not as long as this, but definitely a little different from all other problems that we have done till now. And for this, we also need to look at the chart. Okay. So let us first look at the chart and then we'll move on to the problem. Okay. Referring to the chart now. If you look at the chart, it says that if the determinant value of A is 0, okay, the matrix that you form first is 0, then the system can have either no solution or it can have infinite number of solutions. These two are the possibilities. So how do you segregate these two possibilities? How do you show whether it has a solution or no solution? You find out adjoint of A. Okay, you find this only this. You find out the adjoint of A. And once you get the adjoint of A, you multiply with B. And you multiply these two and then check whether adjoint of A into B is non-zero or adjoint of A is 0. If you find that the adjoint of B is non-zero, then you say that the system has no solution. And if you find that adjoint of A into B is equal to 0, then you say that the system has infinite number of solutions. That is what we are going to follow in this particular problem here. So let's see this problem here, number 5. Using matrix method, examine the consistency or inconsistency of the system. What do you mean by consistency or inconsistency? They're not asking you to solve the equation. They're simply asking you whether the system is consistent or not, right? So what do you mean by consistency? Consistency, if you remember, I told you, it's written here. Consistent if a system has a solution, at least one solution, or infinite number of solutions also, then we call it consistent. But if the system has no solution, then we call it inconsistent system. Okay, so you need to check whether this solution is consistent. If it is consistent, then what should be the solution? Okay, so let's see. The given system is write the system 6x plus 4y is equal to 9x plus 6y is equal to 3. Okay, is the given system. We form the matrices first. So let A is equal to 6, 4, 9, 6. And we form the matrix X as XY. We won't need these matrices actually. I'm simply forming these. The system will be consistent, and because we don't need to solve here, we just need to we also need to solve, but definitely you'll not get one unique solution. That is the problem here. So you won't need the matrices X and B anyway. So let's see. So therefore, what is the determinant value of A? If you calculate, the determinant value of A here is 6496, which will actually come out to be 0. So that means A either has, what was in the chart, if you see, if determinant value of A is 0, then the either system has no solution or infinite number of solutions. So let's write here. That means the system either has no solution or has infinite number of solutions. Okay. Now we shall check whether it has a solution, whether it is has infinite number of solution, it has no solution. Okay. So how do we check? If you see the next point in the chart here, if you see, we need to find out the adjoint of it. So let's find out the adjoint of it. Adjoint of A is equal to +6 -9 -4 +6 transpose, which is equal to 6 -4 -9 6. This is the adjoint of A. Okay. Now we shall find out adjoint of A into B. If you look at the chart here, we have found out the adjoint. We now find out the adjoint of A into B and check whether adjoint of A into B is non-zero or whether it is equal to 0. Adjoint A into B. 6 -4 -9 6. Joint of A into B. The matrix B is 2 3. The matrix B we have formed here above, 2 3. Multiply these two matrices. First row, first column, 6 into 2 plus -4 into 3. Next, second row, first column, -9 into 2 plus 6 into 3. Okay, so you're getting here 0 0. So what do you see? Adjoint of A into B you have got as a null matrix. See here, look at the chart. Adjoint of A into B, this case, adjoint of A into B is equal to 0 we have got. So what is your answer? System has infinite number of solutions. Therefore, the system has infinite number of solutions. Okay, now the question is, if it has infinite number of solutions, how to find out those solutions? Okay, so now look at the system here once again. This is the system here. 6x plus 4y is equal to 2, 9x plus 6y is equal to 3. Okay, so what you do here is, you can take y is equal to k. Okay, if you take y is equal to k, what does this system become? Where k is real, where k is any real number. Therefore, what does this system become? 6x plus 4k is equal to 2. And you have 9x plus 6k is equal to 3. Okay, this is what the system becomes. So now you can use any one of the equations to find out the value of x. Okay, so you have x is equal to 6x plus 4k is equal to 2. Call this 1, call this 2. Okay, so let us choose 1. You can choose 2 also, no problem. From 1, what do you get? you get 6x is equal to 2 minus 4k. That means you get x is equal to 2 minus 4k divided by 6. That means you get x is equal to twice 1 minus 2k divided by 6. Cancel this. So you get x is equal to 1 minus 2k divided by 3. Okay. So what is the solution? Hence, the solutions to the system are given by x is equal to 1 minus 2k divided by 3, comma y is equal to k, where k is any real number. Now you understand why we are getting infinite number of solutions. How will you get the infinite number of solutions? You take you take k is equal to 1. What is the solution? Y is equal to 1. And what is the corresponding value of x? 1 minus 2 into 1 by 3. You get one value of x. You take y is equal to half. What is the value of x you are getting? 1 minus 2 into half divided by 3. Right? And this will continue indefinitely. You can get an indefinite number of solutions by taking various values of y. You understood this? You understood this?
So,
Yes?
repeat once.
I could not get you. What are you saying?
I am asking you to repeat.
We have got the solution x is equal to 1 minus 2k and y is equal to k. This is the solution to the system, where k is any real number. If you take y is equal to 1, you get x is equal to this. If you take y is equal to half, you get x is equal to this. And you can take any value of y, any real value of y you can think of. You'll get a solution. You'll get x is equal to something. So that means infinitely you'll get your solution infinitely, isn't it? You'll get infinite number of solutions. So therefore, the infinite number of solutions is given by this. X is equal to 1 minus 2k by 3. Y is equal to k, where k is any real number. Okay. So that is it. So I hope this is okay.
Yes.
So I'll stop here then.